Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Table Talk. I'm your host, Jake Combs, and tonight we have the Aeronautica Imperialis rulebook, specifically for playing games in the Horus Heresy IP, more or less. So, I mean, basically it's the same world, but much earlier in the timeline. So, you can go ahead and take a look. Now, I know that some of my Aeronautica Imperialis' Facebook groups have actually been asking questions about this book. So it is hardcover. I do see that it has one of the ribbon bookmarks that some of their hardcovers do have. So that's pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and get these open up and we're going to take a look. So what I'm going to do is unbreak the seal on all of them, and that way we take care of all of that at once. All right. Now, in using a knife, I do recommend that you always cut away from yourself. If you are someone that is underage, make sure that you have a parent or guardian supervising, as well as their permission. Definitely don't want anyone losing a finger in the process, or needing stitches, because neither of which would be any fun. All right, so set the book aside. We're going to take a look at the cards first. So this pack is for the Legionis Astartes, and so we have our upgrade cards, and I did not anticipate them being sealed inside. It's been a while since I've actually opened up a card pack for Aeronautica. So basically, the gist of what this is doing is it allows you to play with the existing Imperial ships, because those are basically the only ones in the Horus Heresy game. So that way you can play with any special rules that they have, special upgrades, because I know some of the equipment was a bit different between game series. So we have our Xiphon interceptors. We've actually got a few cards for those, so that way you can actually have one for each. Almost as many Storm Eagle assault craft, 4 Fire Raptor gunships, and then 2 Thunderhawk gunships. And then in the cards, we have Hunter Killer missiles, autocannon turret, laser cannon turret, wing bombs, Daedalus storm cannon, Sky Spear missile launcher, and then some ace abilities. Quite a few of them, actually. Then we have, can't remember what these are called, but like we have Raven Wing Veteran, Swift of Wing. So these look like kind of more universal abilities. Ceramite plating, Infernum Halo launcher, Veteran, Tech Marine, infrared targeting, armored cockpit, Hellstrike missiles, crack missiles, Hunter Killer missiles. So a lot of good armaments in those cards. And then this one's going to be very much the same, but instead of gearing around the Space Marines, we're specifically going to be what would later be called the Imperial Guard or the Astra Militarum. This is the Divisio Aeronautica. And what honestly surprises me about them releasing these is that, I mean, one, you know, I definitely don't need more of any of these ships, but kind of surprises me that we didn't do a Horus Heresy themed starter box set. Maybe have some like special ships in there or something that would only be used during Horus Heresy. I don't know if any such planes exist, just because of the fact that you know, most of that stuff carried over into the current timeline in 40K. But in this one, we have Thunderbolts, Thunderbolt Furies, Marauder Bomber, Marauder Destroyer, Avenger Strike, Lightning Strike, Imperial Arvis Lighter, and Marauder Colossus and Marauder Pathfinder. So definitely some good stuff there. I know like the Arvis ship is one that we personally have always wanted, but never got a hold of just because it was with Forge World. But we do have the cards for it specifically. So here we are with the rulebook. Now, my expectation is the rules are going to be very much the same compared to regular Aeronautica. It's just we're specifically only within this part of the timeline. And so like it breaks down, you know, what you need in order to play a game. It goes over the basics. So that actually starts on page 13, the rule basics. So, you know, most books like this, you know, usually have like 40 to 50 pages of just lore and fluff. And I like that they condensed all of that down into a much more digestible format for most of those. But excuse me. Let's see, I'm just taking a quick look just to see if anything stands out as differences. And then we do have paint schemes. Then we go into the actual rules on page 21. I mean, just so far at a glance, I'm not really seeing anything different between them, which is not surprising since they're very much the same. All right. After we go through the main rules, let's see. We go into the Forge World of Anaheim, which is basically looks like a theater to fight in. Then we actually have just individual scenarios that you can use. We have the dogfight mission, which is two air combat patrols meet unexpectedly in the skies. The encounter is fast and deadly. So, I mean, basically the whole gist of it is, you want to just shoot down the other ships. It looks like it's pretty much the only objective. So after all the scenarios, we go into squadron lists. Special rules related to them. Legiones Astartes. So basically, like, if you don't get those cards, you can still get all the rules for those different weapons and things in this box, as well as the stat cards that you can copy. Same with Divisio Aeronautica. Like right here, we have the Avenger Strike Fighter. And then some versions of the planes to refer to. And then after we're done looking at the ships, we do have the Ares gunship in here, which is a Custodes ship, which is pretty new. And then we have our quick reference sheet, and then our token section. See, this one is not filled out at all, so I feel like I completely actually just lost that train of thought. What's interesting is these tokens, it does say permission to photocopy, which is good, because if you cut them out, you do cut up this picture, and they look like they simply need to be cut out. So it doesn't feel perforated. I mean, it very well could be, but it doesn't look it. And then we have our movement diagrams as well. So overall, just that quick glance, I didn't see anything that obviously stood out as differences in the rules, other than cards that were specifically just for Space Marine are now for Legiones Astartes. For anything guard related, we have all of the ships, we have the cards as well. Again, all the rules are contained here, so you're all set there. Definitely some great stuff in here, but again, I'm not seeing any obvious differences. Now, obviously, I would need to take the other rulebook and compare them side by side to verify, but at my quick glance, I did not see anything that stood out, other than just we're changing the setting for this specific box, which then allows you to play that setting, and then we have the specific cards for both of those groups. If I go through it and I see that there's no difference, looking at it, I very much think that we could probably use these same cards for the regular games as well, for either one of the related 40K version. So just some things to think about. I'm definitely going to be researching this a bit further on my end, and possibly get back to you guys on that if I find out more. The main thing is this is not a new edition. This is just a further expansion of the same edition as well. But that's it for tonight. Thank you guys as always for watching. I do really appreciate all that you guys do for us. If you wouldn't mind, I would appreciate it also if you would actually subscribe to the channel. We are hoping to get 1,000 subscribers, so that way we can actually get one of those handy dandy custom URLs set up, which we meet every requirement except for that one. So once we hit 1,000, we'll be able to request that and kind of clean up some of the mess that is our URL, make it a little bit easier for people to find us. And but other than that, again, thank you guys always for watching. Thank you to Games Workshop for sharing these items with us. We really appreciate it, and I hope you guys all have a great night. Thank you.